Hello travel fans, welcome back to another travel vlog here on Woody's Travels right here on YouTube. Today I am in the Tom Bradley terminal here at Los Angeles International Airport. I'm currently sat in the One World business class lounge because I'm heading to Dublin, Ireland with Aer Lingus in business class today. So this is my first time flying out of this terminal for almost 2 years here at Los Angeles International Airport, LAX. And it's my first time ever actually coming into this One World lounge as well, so I'll give you guys a look around. So obviously Aer Lingus is a partner of the One World Alliance, so they have got advertised when you walk in like Qantas and British Airways, but any members of the One World Alliance can use this if they're flying in business class or first class. I've got a lovely little throne seat as well, all to myself. I'm going to be sitting on the right hand side of the plane in seat 3K. I've got about an hour and a half in this lounge until I need to head over to the gate to board the plane. And of course, when you're in business, it's not the worst thing getting on the plane first because it is a very comfortable place to be. So yeah, join the journey. If you are new around here, then please make sure to smash that subscribe button for lots more great travel content coming your way. If you do like today's video, please leave a like on the video. And if you've flown business class before, you want to fly business class, you've flown with Aer Lingus, any thoughts at all from today's video, please leave a comment in the comment section down below. Love to hear from you guys, and please do feel free to engage with me on social media as well. The link to my Instagram, that's in the description down below. So here we are, it's Woody's Travels. We're going from Los Angeles to Dublin in business class with Aer Lingus. Right, I'll start this vlog off by giving you guys a tour of the One World Lounge here at LAX. So it's a very, very big lounge to start with. So I don't know if you can see here, it wraps all the way around here. It's a very, very big lounge, this one. Probably one of the biggest ones that I've ever been into. It's probably, I'd say, as big as the Virgin Clubhouse at London Heathrow or the Qantas First Class Lounge. I've been to that one in Brisbane, I think it was. That was also quite a big one. So as you walk in, you've got this little Qantas welcome board here. Like I mentioned, Qantas are one of the main airlines who would use this. To the left, there is a cafe area, and then as you go around to the right, there's a big bar area. So lots of alcoholic drinks on offer, soft drinks, spirits, champagne, wine, beer, all sorts of things. Then we take around to the main area, and you can see here, like I said, it is quite a big space here in the One World Lounge. There's hot drinks, soft drink vending machine. There's some food that's just getting changed out here, but there's different hot foods in here. There's also some chips and dips as well, salad, hot drink stations there as well. Even more salad, so if you like your salad, then you're in for a treat. Some dessert type stuff here as well, and things like carrot and celery to have with hummus. Lots of cheese here as well, a few different choices of cheese, some fruit over here as well, and popcorn and pretzels, snacky type stuff, and iced tea. And I think that's also a pancake making machine there as well, so I'm not sure if that's sweet tea or unsweetened tea. And there's also other snacks here as well, like Oreos, those red Cheetos, and some little like Rice Krispie marshmallow squares. So if I take you guys around now, we'll just walk back to where I was sat. But like I say, it is a very, very big space here. There is some sort of private spaces, like just over there. There's like a little private room in there, but for the most part, it is very open and like a very, very public space here. So I'm going to go have a proper look at what food's on offer, and I'll show you what I get. Right, I've just been up and got some food now. They had a few different hot food options out. There was just some plain white rice, soup. What I went for from the hot food section was this here. So I went for the pasta bolognese there, and I also got some chips and salsa as well. So they had like a red salsa, which is what I've got, and then they also had a green salsa as well. And then other food options, they had some kind of like cauliflower, like potato-y type dish, but I didn't really fancy that. And then they also, just as I was walking away, they brought out some kind of like sesame teriyaki chicken with some sort of green vegetables in it as well, which looked quite nice. So I'll see how filling this is, because I've not really eaten today. I went out for a brunch at about, time was it, about 10:30, 11 o'clock this morning. I've not really eaten since then. That kind of kept me going, but now I've actually like left my friend's place, got to the airport. It currently is about 25 to 7 right now, so yeah, been quite a while since I've eaten, but not done a huge deal today, just been packing, you know, and getting prepared to head back home. Just before I tuck into the food as well, it's worth saying here at the Tom Bradley terminal, I don't know what it is like, they seem to have spent a lot of money on it, but the security, the TSA side of things is so like slow and slack and just lapse. I don't know how to describe it, there's a lot of people but not a lot happening, and I thought, you know, obviously it's a massive airport, one of the biggest airports in the world, brand new terminal, international terminal. You know, a lot of airports now have got the machines where you can put your bags through, you've not got to empty things out. I thought that, you know, I mean, I experienced it at Orlando a few months ago when I was there, and I think, pretty sure in Dublin, I didn't have to empty the bag at all, and like Manchester, I think they've got them or they're going to get them soon. But you have to still get all your stuff out of bags here. And it just seems to take forever to get through. The queue was quite short actually to get, you know, from getting your passport checked by the TSA agent to actually do it, queuing and going through the security scanners, all that sort of thing. It seemed to take like 20-25 minutes for the queue, and there's only about 15-20 people in front. It was just so slow getting through. And that's with the fact that now, if you travelled to the US in the past, however long since 9/11, 20 odd years since 9/11, you'll know that you've got to take your shoes off. As a result of when someone tried to bomb a plane a few months after 9/11, I think it was, with an attempted shoe bomber on a US flight. Ever since then, you've had to take your shoes off to go through US security. Now they've got rid of that, so even without having to take your shoes off, it was still quite a slow and laborious process here. But enough about TSA, let's get into the food. Now, I don't know if they've got Gordon Ramsay or someone hiding in the back here, but that bolognese, that, you know, ragu was one of the best I've ever had. That was amazing. Like, I think I'm going to have to go and get some more. I'm kind of going to have to stop myself, I think, because there's going to be some great food on the plane as well, and I don't want to spoil my appetite for that. But wow, if you are here at the One World Lounge at the Tom Bradley Terminal, LAX, and they've got the bolognese on, unless you're a vegan or something, or a vegetarian, make sure you try it. Honestly, beef ragu, beef bolognese, whatever you want to call it, it was like sensational. I've eaten it literally in Bologna in Italy before, like the authentic real thing, and that tastes, oh, brilliant. Honestly, so good. The chips and salsa sound as well. The salsa's pretty mild unless you get a seed in there, and it becomes very hot unless you get like a chili seed in there, but for the most part it's pretty mild as well. And I do have to say, it's a much more pleasant lounge experience here compared to when I took the flight out from Dublin, because, well, for the main part, it feels a lot more premium in here, and you've not got plates clanking and clattering and just cutlery. You need to go watch the video that I put up from when I flew out from Dublin and that review. So I was in the 51st and Green Lounge, which is after US pre-clearance in Dublin for business class customers, and just it was like sensory overload. There was so much noise, just glasses clanking, plates, cutlery. Just, I get there's food around and all that, but you know, the same thing when you're at a restaurant. You know, you don't just hear clattering and clinking the whole single time you're there. It was like sensory overload, but it's a lot more quiet and peaceful in here. I definitely say that. I have to say as well, the service in here is fantastic. The lady who's come around cleaning the dishes away, she's just so nice, so polite, so helpful, so friendly, and it's those little things like that that all sort of add into the whole experience, because you do go to some places where people are, I don't know, just wouldn't really interact with you or engage with you, but she was just such a nice lady. So, you know, whoever you are, there was no name tag on, so I can't call you out, but the service in here has been fantastic so far. So I did indeed go back and get a little bit extra to eat. So I'll just show you here what it looks like. We've got the pasta again, but I'm not sure if it's the exact same or what's been done differently, or if Gordon Ramsay's on his break right now, because it looks a bit like a more creamy sauce, this one, like a tomato and cream type sauce a little bit. And then this is some like Korean chicken as well, it said on there. So we've got the Korean chicken and the pasta with a bit of Prosecco to wash it down as well, which is quite nice actually. I'm not always the biggest fan of Prosecco, but that's actually quite nice, quite smooth. One thing to say as well, so they can do like mixers here, but they can't do cocktails as such. So I went and asked, can you do an espresso martini? No. Can you do a mojito? No. Can you do a Hugo Spritz? No. I think the only thing they said they could do is like Aperol Spritz and something else, but pretty much it's just mixers. So, you know, either straight alcohol or a mixer, so some sort of alcohol with, you know, Sprite or Coke or something like that. So there's a lot of choice, there's a lot of alcohol up there, a lot of spirits, but they can't really do cocktails and stuff, just like I say, neat alcohol or mixers. Pasta was alright this time, but Yeah, I'm not sure if Gordon Ramsay's taking a break, like I said, because it looked different and it also didn't taste the same. It wasn't quite as good. It was more of a, like I said, it was like a creamy tomato sauce in there. Didn't have as much flavour. The other one was just bursting with flavour, like seasoning, flavour, everything. It was really, really good. This was okay, but like it needed salt. It was probably like, I don't know, like a 4 out of 10 I'd say, whereas the other one was like a 9 or 10 out of 10 to be honest. The teriyaki chicken though, that was very good, very tender, very nice, so I rate that as well. It would go nice with some rice, but I've already had loads of carbs with that pasta, so I didn't need to fill it with loads of rice as well, but I've just knocked the glass over. But that would be really, really nice, and I have polished off the Prosecco and nearly knocked over the empty glass. And it is about 50 minutes till the flight now, and I've got a 15-minute walk to get to the actual gate, so I'm going to head over there now because I'm told it's the furthest one away. It's right over on the west side, so I've got to take a trot over there. It's not even on the boards in here. I just went and asked them and they said, oh yeah, because it's in the west side it doesn't show up on the board, so why that is I don't know. All the other flights, the LATAM, BA, American Airlines, all the other Qantas, One World international flights are all showing on the boards over there in the lounge. But yeah, for some reason the Aer Lingus one doesn't, so I'll have a look at my watch now. It's now 21 past, so I'll see just how long it takes to actually get down to the west end of the terminal if it is a 15-minute walk, because like 15 minutes is quite a walk to a gate, so let's time it and see how long it takes to get there. So that's me there. I am gate 225, which the fact it says 201 to 225 is telling me it is indeed the furthest one away from here. So we've set off walking now. We'll see how long it takes to get down to 225 at the west side. Some big old escalators these. It's like London Underground size escalators. They're huge. You can probably count the best part of 2 minutes just to get from top to bottom on these escalators. It's very quiet and unchaotic down here as well. I like this. It's a very nice, pleasant experience down here. So we've got the travelators ahead. So I'm going to walk onto this now. I'll see if it ends up being close to 15 minutes with this, or this travelator knocks a few minutes off. We're currently running at, where are we at? About 6 minutes. So we're currently about 6 minutes into the journey before we get towards the gates, and it's still saying 201 to 225 yet, so we've not seen even the closest ones yet. So we're about 9-10 minutes into the walk now, and up ahead before we get to gate 201 right here there's the Air France lounge. So if you are flying with Air France or probably KLM, any of that group, probably Virgin as well, obviously you could use the Virgin Clubhouse, but there's also the Air France lounge, which is very near to the west gates as well. They weren't kidding, this is a real mission. We've gone down that massive escalator and then under the airport in some sort of tunnel, and then literally up. So this is like the third set of smaller escalators, which has then brought us back up to ground level here. So actually, yeah, I have been here before. I recognise there's a chicken guy in a Burger King just about there, and I've just got a massive flashback to the last time I was here, about whenever it was, September 2023, last time I was here. And it's so big and far away up here. There is a whole separate, load of restaurants, and there is also a duty-free store here as well that's selling a lot of perfumes and things. That's quite big, and an All Saints store, and I'm not sure if there's any more stores down here. There's also a candy store here as well that looks a bit bougie, and a bag store there, and also a TMZ as well, like a corner shop outlet type thing. So yeah, there's literally all sorts of stuff here, and here we are about 12-13 minutes later. I can see right there 225 Aer Lingus. So I'm not sure if it's open yet, so we'll go find out if we can hop on or not. So we're on board now, guys, and talk about space. There is so much space in this seat here. This one feels like more spacious than the seat on the flight out. The lovely flight attendant as well. They, on the trays like normal, they've always got water, champagne and orange. And I asked if you could do a mimosa because, like on a few other videos, I always like to ask for one. It's just my favourite drink of that variety, like champagne and orange juice, just put them together, it makes it even better. And she was more than happy to do so. So yeah, full thumbs up for that as well. Great service on here so far. But yeah, look at the space here. So much space on the right hand side and on the left hand side as well, whereas on the flight out there was space on my right hand side but not so much space on my left hand side. So this definitely, I mean, I feel like it's the same plane or a similar plane, but it definitely feels more spacious in this seat. And like into the footwell here as well, if you look into this footwell, it just seems to have a bit more space. I know it seems a little bit narrow there, but obviously I'll take my shoes off when it comes to actually sleeping as well. And we've got 2 windows here. In fact, we've almost got 3 windows, because that one there pretty much it borders the back of that guy's seat and the front, well, yeah, the back of his seat and sort of the front of mine, and where the in-flight entertainment is kind of runs parallel to it. So yeah, we've pretty much got 2.5 windows in this space as well. So it is very good, very comfy, very spacious, and for the price I paid as well. I mean, I paid less than half the cost of a business class flight from London to LA by going to Dublin instead. Obviously I've got to fly back to the UK afterwards, so I've got a cheap flight with Ryanair, but for this round trip I paid £1,300. Direct from the UK with British Airways it was £3,000. So for me it's a no-brainer. Take the short hop cost to Dublin. It actually cuts a little bit off the flight as well, but obviously not too much. You get to do the US pre-clearance as well when you're flying from Dublin to America, and then when you come back as well, obviously you get the same great service. It's a long flight, you know, we're talking, I think it's going to be about a 10-hour flight, something like that, depends on the winds, but you're probably around about a 10-hour flight today. We'll wait for the captain to actually give the announcement on it. So, you know, doing it in comfort for, I mean, premium economy from the UK, just to give you an idea, if you've never looked before, is typically around £1,000 to £1,200, £1,300 mark. I think I typically pay about £1,100 for premium economy when I fly to the US long haul, and 13. I just honestly I can't get my head around it. So, you know, whenever I fly long haul to the US again, I'm always going to be looking for Aer Lingus, you know, for this sort of deal. And they're coming around doing the food orders now, so I better take a quick look at the menu and I'll let you know what I've ordered. So the choices have been made. For starter, I've gone for the salmon, and for the main course, I've gone for the beef. Now, I thought it looked like the beef choice was actually the exact same as on the flight out, and I mentioned that to the flight attendant when she was taking the order. I said it's a pretty simple choice, it looks the exact same as before, and she said it is very similar, but it's not the exact same. So apparently she said this is actually a bit nicer, and if you recall from my previous vlog on the flight out here to America, it was amazing. The beef that they did on the way out, it was like a slow cooked beef, and that was really, really good. So if this is better than that, I'm really keen to put that to the test and see what it's like. And then I've got like a cold salmon starter as well, so I'll show you the menu now so you can take a look for yourselves and have a look at what the menu looks like. It is a very good menu, and because it is an overnight flight as well, there is also a breakfast option, because we're not going to land in Dublin until about 2 o'clock. So obviously it'll be actually into the afternoon by the time we land in Dublin, so they'll be serving breakfast as well tomorrow morning for us. So here's the menu here. If you want to go straight to sleep, they have got the express tray here with a few simple quick bites, or if like me you want an actual meal, then they've got the starters, the entrees, and also the desserts as well. So it's the salmon that I've gone for, and the short ribs as well, so the short rib beef. And then here's the breakfast options. So they've got smoothies, also a granola and berry compote, or you can get a bacon roll as well. And it says flying from the west coast of America, you can also get muesli or hearty grilled Irish back bacon and tomato relish in a rustic ciabatta. So that is just a fancy way of calling it a bacon sandwich. So I'm not sure if that'll be the exact same or a slight variation on the bacon sandwich if you're flying from, say, the East Coast. And the captain's just come on the overboard tannoy as well, and she said it's going to be a 10-hour and 10-minute flight. So my prediction of around about 10 hours was pretty bang on. And I've also inadvertently managed to turn on the seat massager. So down here as well there's some seat controls, and at some point I seem to have touched it. I thought that someone was kicking me in the back, which is pretty impossible because obviously
cabin crew prepare doors for departure, cross check.
Which is pretty impossible because there's a TV here and a very deep footwell, and I think even Peter Crouch might struggle to get his feet all the way to the end there. And I had a look, and yeah, I've actually got the massage seat feature on, so now that I know it's the massage and it's supposed to be doing that, it's quite pleasant. Time to go. Right then guys, we've hopped into the loo to get a little bit of better lighting, because I want to show you the amenity kit here with Aer Lingus. So I didn't get an amenity kit on the flight out, so I figured it's an even better chance to show you exactly what it looks like if I can get into it. I actually can't get into it right now. There we go. Took a little bit of trying. So we've got in here a sleeping mask, which is Aer Lingus branded. We've got some lovely green socks as well in here. Not sure I'll be wearing them. Some creams as well in here. So we've got a lip balm and a moisturiser in here. So we've got those, and one's on the floor now. We've got the toothbrush and toothpaste, which always can really clutch on these overnight flights. A pen with a little shamrock on it, some more Aer Lingus merch, and then also some earbuds, so I'll definitely be using these later as well. This is quite a small toilet as well, so you can see, I mean, I'm like 6'2", 6'3", so, you know, head height, I kind of have to like crouch down a bit once I walk in here. It's not the most spacious, but you know, it's not too bad. Obviously, with it being business class as well, we've got 2 toilets up at the front that are just for business class passengers, so you know, it stays pretty quiet and it's quite easy to get to the toilet. There's never really a queue, like, you know, on the flight out here, and so far on this flight back there's never been a queue, you know, for the toilet, so that is quite handy. That's the little loo review and amenity kit review complete. So I'm going to head back to the seat now, because it's about 45 minutes since takeoff, so it can't be too long until the food comes out. We've just entered a little bit of turbulence, and the drink service has just come through as well. So what I've got here is a classic Cosmo. That's what I've gone for. So I've already got one that's been poured for me, but they are quite small. So this is one here. It's on ice. I've given it a try, and I'll give it another try right now. It tastes good. I recommend it thoroughly. A very good drink. So yeah, and I've got this second can of it here. It literally is only what, I can't see where it is. Oh yeah, it's literally, it's 100 ml, and it is 16% in strength. So not super weak, but also not super strong. And then, so the other options we've got is a margarita, an old-fashioned, a classic Cosmo, which is what I've got, a pocket Negroni, and the signature cocktail. The signature cocktail is what I got on the flight out. So that is, I think it's basically champagne and like strawberry syrup or raspberry syrup, something like that. So that was quite a nice one. I think I had 3 or 4 of those on the flight out. But yeah, I've got 2 of these small classic Cosmos. I'm guessing that the food service will be coming before too long. We're about, what, an hour and 5 minutes into the flight. So when I was in the bathroom, I could hear that something was going on. It was just the drink service starting, not the main food service. And I've also been given, in the meantime, they come around with snacks normally, so they give you some like, you know, like cheddar biscuits that come with like an onion chutney. I'm not too keen on those, so I didn't get those, like cheddar and chive type biscuits, savoury biscuits as you call them. So like on the flight out as well, I got some potatoes, but I think they gave me ready salsa on the way out, and this time I've got salt and vinegar. Not complaining, because I love both flavours, so I'm going to have a few of these, and then the main meal will come. So I've got the salmon and also the beef as well to come. The in-flight entertainment's got a great selection as well, so I was looking for Spider-Man because I saw it came up earlier, so it was easy just to search it rather than trying to scroll back through for it. And when I searched Spider-Man, there was about 5 different Spider-Man films that came up, from the original Tobey Maguire ones, the new Tom Holland ones, and also the animated Amazing Spider-Man films as well. So yeah, really good selection of films, lots of new films out there. You know, there's films that were literally in cinemas not that long ago that are available already, but also some older films, classics as well. So yeah, plenty of really good choice for that as well. I've also got the headphones on, so I normally just use my own. I've got some Bose noise cancelling headphones. I normally just plug those in, but these were just to hand, so I thought, you know what, I'll give them a try and let you guys know how they are. They're all right. They're not super premium. I have had more premium headphones before in business class, so they're not the most premium. They feel kind of like a more of a premium economy rather than a business class headset, but they do the job. You know, they're not noise cancelling, they're not super cushioned, but if I was to give them a rating out of 10, I'd probably give them a 5 out of 10, something like that, maybe a 4 out of 10 for airplane headphones. Not the best, but also far from the worst. Right then guys, the starter has arrived, so let's take a look at how it is looking. So this is the fresh salmon, and then on top we've got the beetroot slaw. I think it's a beetroot and apple slaw actually, and it is laid on top of a lemon dill creme fraiche. We've also got the bread as well, 2 little pieces of butter, and look at these little things, some little salt and pepper things there as well. So let's tuck into this, give it a try, and I'll let you guys know exactly how it's tasting. Wrong way around, look at this. And it comes with a toothpick as well, which is always good because maybe not for this, but for the food later, I'll no doubt end up getting some stuck in my teeth, so that toothpick will come in very handy. And we've got these little, look at the actual knife to handle ratio on that as well. It's tiny, and it's embossed with the little shamrock on the bottom as well. So let's tuck into this salmon and I'll let you guys know how it's tasting. So it is basically, it's 2 quite thick pieces of smoked salmon, and I'm not really a beetroot person, so I'm not sure how that's going to add to it, and you may need to bear with me because doing this one-handed isn't the easiest. There we go. So let's see how the salmon's tasting. I don't mind smoked salmon, and I do like salmon sushi as well, so hopefully it should go down okay. It's good. Very smoky. You can definitely taste the smokiness of it. But yeah, it tastes good. I'm not sure if I'll eat the beetroot, to be honest, because again, I'm not really a beetroot fan. I remember I was in Mexico a few years ago, and I thought I was ordering beef carpaccio. And me being me, I read the menu and thought it said beef carpaccio. Turns out it said beet carpaccio. So when it came and I tried it, I was very surprised and very disappointed because in that moment I also learned I don't like beetroot. So the beef didn't turn up and beetroot came, which I also didn't enjoy. So yeah, a little shame on that one. So yeah, I probably won't eat the beetroot, but I'll tuck into that, have the bread as well, and then we've got the beef short ribs come afterwards. The main course has just arrived, so we've got the seared and braised Guinness short ribs in a Guinness braising jus. So Guinness is very on theme here, Irish airline, lots of Guinness involved. We've also got some mashed, oh, it says mashed or smashed? Smashed, sorry. We've got some smashed red skin potatoes. So they are red skin potatoes, like the Albert Bartlett roost potatoes, if you've ever eaten those before. They've got red skin on them, but they are not red on the inside, so they're not those sort of potatoes. They are still white on the inside. And then we've also got the sautéed lemon garlic Savoy cabbage with it as well. So this is what we've got. This is how it's looking here. So I'll give it a little taste test for you now and let you know how it comes out. Obviously, I mean, it's as you can see here, it's not a great amount of food. It's quite a small portion. So see how it tastes, see how filling it is as well. And of course, a Coke Zero to complement. Now, it's only a minor little thing to point out, but they did ask what drink I wanted with the meal, and they said they would serve the Coke Zero with the meal. It didn't come with it, so I had to actually ask for it and to bring it. So it's a minor little thing, but just a small detail that they missed out on, having specifically requested what drink I want for it to then not turn up. But we've got it now, so here it is. Very small can though, I must say. Tiny can compared to the American Airlines that you fly on. They give you like a full-size can normally, whereas this is literally a baby 150ml. So this is the short rib. Just take a look at it. Literally, it just falls apart and flakes. So let's give this a little try. Very solid, very nice. It like falls apart, very flaky, very buttery. Small but mighty. That's how I describe it. Tastes very good. I do like it, so I'm going to tuck into this now. In fact, to tell you what, I'll give the potatoes a try as well, because they're sort of like the main next thing on the dish. So I'll try a potato and let you know how that tastes as well. The potatoes are okay, but they are a little bit dry, I would say, and there's not really much jus, like, which is the gravy, spelt J-U-S, but it said like jus. So there's not much of that on it, and I think it could do with a little bit more of that. Don't get me wrong, it doesn't have to be swimming in it like a meat and potato pie, that sort of thing, but just a little bit more, because I mean, it's probably only about less than half a potato. It's got a thin layer of jus on it, but you know, it's not really a lot to keep it moist and give it that nice like beef flavour that's with the dish as well. So it's okay, but I'd say the star of the show is definitely the actual beef short rib, 100%. Right, the dinner service is complete. So how would I rate the dinner? I would probably give it I'm trying to think, what would I rate it out of 10? I think a 6 out of 10. So the meat was really, really good, but it was lacking a bit of extra sauce, I'd say. It needed a little bit more, and like the sides, the carbs that came with it were just a bit lackluster. So I would say a 6 out of 10. But the meat, honestly, the meat was fantastic. So yeah, it was okay. It was actually fairly filling for a small portion. It's quite a fatty piece of meat as well, so it was very, very filling. So it did the job. It filled me up. Not having dessert, I literally just want to finish off Spider-Man. I've got like 20 minutes left of the movie, and then it's time to go to bed. We're going to be putting the seat flat. Hopefully it'll be easier to do than on the inbound flight, because if you can recall the inbound flight, the seat was basically going like, and it took a lot of effort to get that seat down. So hopefully this time it'll be easier. So it's now toothbrush time, so I'm going to give my teeth a nice little clean before I go to sleep, because who wants to go to sleep with a dirty mouth? Not me. I'm sure you don't either. So I'm going to quickly use this little kit to brush my teeth, freshen up, and then it's time to finish off Spider-Man and go to sleep. For how long, I don't know how long I will sleep for. Hopefully for about 4 or 5 hours to get a decent bit of sleep banked in, so that when I get home to the UK tonight, when I get into bed, I should be actually getting home about 9-10 PM in the UK. So I've got to fly back from Dublin afterwards, and I gave myself quite a bit of space. Then I've got to drive from Manchester back home. So yeah, I want to be able to just get home and sort of be ready to sleep by the time I get back. I have done my usual trick as well of setting myself onto the time zone of the country I'm going to. So my watch is upside down on there, but my watch is currently set at, what time is that? 7:05 in the morning. So that's what time it is in the UK. So it's kind of like I'm going for a night out, getting in really early, having some sleep, and then I'll have another proper sleep later on. So that's my teeth, nice and clean. And I also noticed that even a toothbrush has got the little Aer Lingus shamrock on it, so everything is very on brand. Right, I've just put one of these on my nose, and it's these Breathe Right strips from Target. I picked these up, so I got some melatonin gummies. I've just taken 2 of those. But along with it, I just saw these, so I thought, you know what, I'll get them. Because sometimes, like, I have issues with, I don't snore or anything like that at all. I've never snored, but just like breathing through my nose, particularly at night, I just seem to struggle with. Just seem to sometimes like breathe through my mouth instead. So I thought I'll try this, see how it works, and literally straight away it's opening my nostrils up. So big plug to this product, or you could probably find something similar and cheaper on Amazon as well, but I think it costs like $13 for 26, so honestly brilliant. I can imagine like when I'm playing tennis and at the gym and all sorts of stuff, these will come in handy. So yeah, honestly, big up these. If you ever need help with like your breathing, this has literally worked instantly. As soon as I put it on, it's just like open my nostrils up straight away, which is brilliant. So we're going to test now. I'm in prime position now, just finished off Spider-Man. I've taken the melatonin, got the nasal strip on, I've got the sleeping mask ready as well. I bring my own. I got it years ago for obviously flights where you don't get sleeping masks on them, and it works really well. It's one that I got off Amazon. It costs, I don't know, like £10, something like that. But one good thing about it, it's got like the moldable like wire there. You see it's got like a wire in it there, so you just bend it to actually fit around your nose, because again, sometimes with sleeping masks and other problems is that they kind of go straight over and it kind of lets the light in or whatever. So with this you can just mold it again around your nose so it keeps all the light out. So I'm going to give the actual flatbed a try now and see just how easy it is and how quick it is, or slow it is, to go completely flat. Right, it's all one solid movement at this point, so I think we're looking pretty good, to be honest. We're going down, we are yelling timber. I'm going to have to reposition in a second because I'm getting sent through all my days. Hang on. Crikey. Oh dear. I'm all over the place here. Right, let's finish this movement off. There we go. We are done it. It took a little bit of encouragement. Yeah, it's taking a little bit of encouragement now just to do the last little bits of movement. And I think we're almost there, to be honest. It's still, if you can see me right now, I am somewhat jigging around a little bit, but I'm not sure what it is. These chairs just need a little bit of encouragement to get down at the last second, but if you can see me, I am down here now, and this chair has stopped moving, so I believe we are. They handed to turn this light on. I believe we are now in fully flat mode. I feel pretty flat, and it feels very, very spacious in here, very comfortable, and quite private as well. Obviously I've got all this around me here, hopefully you can see this. I've got a lot of privacy, particularly when you're laying down. Not so much when you're sitting up, because you've only got a little sort of wall here with all this open space just knocking about here, but when you're laying down it feels like it's like a nice little cocoon, so I have a feeling I've got quite a good sleeping coming on this. Oh, and because I keep forgetting to say as well, Wi-Fi. So being business class, you get free Wi-Fi, so they brought around these cards earlier, so it's like a little scratch card. You scratch off the code on the back, you put your details in, and as a result I've got Wi-Fi on this flight. So another nice little perk of flying Aer Lingus business class. So I am going to finish off Spider-Man. I've got like 15-20 minutes left of this movie, and by that time I should be more than ready to sleep. So I will catch you guys when I wake up, probably somewhere over Greenland, Iceland, something like that. I don't know, maybe even Canada. I don't quite know, but we'll wait and see. Hopefully I've got a good few hours sleeping coming. Good afternoon from a very, very beautiful and sunny day over the Republic of Ireland. The time is about 20 past 2 right now, so we're just making our final descent into Dublin Airport. We are scheduled to arrive on time, so we're due to land at 2:30 in the afternoon, and we are on for good time. It's literally just after 20 past 2 now, so we should pretty much be bang on time for our arrival into Dublin. The coastline as well, coming over Northern Ireland and then towards the Republic of Ireland, it was so beautiful on the arrival through. I don't think I've ever, obviously I've never flown in from the Atlantic before into Ireland, so I've never quite taken that route and seen it, that part of Northern Ireland. I've not been to Belfast or any part of Northern Ireland before, so all that coastline coming down and then into the Republic of Ireland was absolutely beautiful. But yeah, it's been a good flight, been a smooth flight. There was a little bit of turbulence towards the start over was that over Colorado, something like that, kind of over that way, and then pretty much from that point in it was smooth sailing. I managed to get a decent bit of sleep on the flight. I slept for about 4.5-5 hours. Got up, they served the breakfast. Well, you can see how they didn't serve breakfast to everyone, they were just sort of serving it to people they could see that were awake. So I woke up, finished off the last bit of Spider-Man, had some breakfast, had the bacon roll, which was quite nice. It was just like a few pieces of bacon on a ciabatta with like a tomato relish in it as well, so that was quite nice. And here we are. I fell back to sleep for a little bit, and then I put Star Wars on. I watched Star Wars Episode 2, so I've watched about an hour of that now. I may have fallen asleep for a bit of it, which I don't normally do unless I'm really tired. I find it hard to sleep whilst watching a film, but I was quite tired actually, so that didn't even matter. I was straight to sleep once I laid down a little bit. So I probably got another hour-ish of sleep, so we're probably talking about 5-6 hours of sleep I've had in total. I've not got my Apple Watch on, so I can't track it exactly, but we're talking about 5-6 hours of sleep, so hopefully that's kind of just enough to keep me going for the next sort of 8-10 hours, and then I can go to sleep, you know, tonight in the UK, 10-11 o'clock, something like that. If I need to take a sleeping tablet of some sort, then I will do, and that should get me pretty much back on the UK time zone, because of course I always find it harder coming from the US back to the UK compared to going from the UK to the US, because, you know, you fly from the UK to the US and you just do a long day, you stay up for a few hours extra and go to sleep, and you're pretty much normally on a time zone. That's what I find. I've never had too many issues with flying to the US. Flying back from the US 1 or 2 times previously, when I'd not done it as much, it's safe to say that I kind of messed up the sleep pattern, and yeah, it was a good few weeks before it properly got back on. But the last couple of times I've done long haul trips, I mean, when I came back from Florida this year, when I came back from Australia this year as well, when I came back from Los Angeles last time, all the long haul trips that I've done have been pretty okay. So, you know, touch wood, it'll be the exact same when you know, when I get back on the time zone today. Aer Lingus do also have a business class arrivals lounge as well near baggage reclaim here at Dublin Airport, so it's specifically an Aer Lingus lounge for Aer Lingus customers from what I can see. It's open till 3:30, so I should get a chance to go in there for a little bit just to chill, because I've got a few hours now until my next flight back to the UK. So I'm flying with Ryanair to Manchester Airport in a few hours time. Now there is a flight at about 4:15, but I didn't want to book that because in case there was any slight delay on this flight, and because it's all not booked through one booking, it's booked on separate bookings, I didn't want to give myself, you know, too much of a rush or the risk of missing the flight and having to, you know, pay for an extra flight, which is probably going to be a few €100 to buy it on the day for a last minute flight from Dublin to Manchester. So yeah, that's why we're doing that. Got a couple hours at Dublin, so I can literally chill in that lounge, drop the bag off. Got to go to different terminals as well, so I've got to change terminals because Ryanair and Aer Lingus fly from different terminals, so I could go drop the bag off, and then I've got access to a lounge as well with my priority pass in the Ryanair terminal, so I'll be able to chill in there for a bit, and then yeah, we can get on our way back to the UK. And this is why I bought myself extra time, because issues with the air bridge. We can't get off just yet. We've been sat on here for like 5-10 minutes and it's not resolved just yet. So that's why I made sure to buy myself a bit more time, because if I was going for that 4:15 flight, it'd be cutting it a bit fine. In fact, cutting it very, very fine. Right, we are off the plane now. We're here in Dublin Airport. It was a little bit delayed as well getting through the passport gates because none of the e-gates are working. So actually we went through to like the manual passport inspection where there's someone, you know, like the old school way where they check your passport and let you through sort of thing. That was super quick, but it was just waiting for the actual passport gate. We kept trying it. Quite a few people were trying it and it just wouldn't work. So we're now here just waiting at the baggage carousel here. There's the flight from Los Angeles and also a flight from Faro in Portugal that's got bags coming off here. And then I can see carousel 6 down towards there. So that is the arrivals lounge, which is for people who've flown in business transatlantic with Aer Lingus. So I'll be able to go down there if the bags come before 3:30, which we're currently on 3:10, so we'll wait and see. Right now I think it's unlikely, to be honest, because even if I do get a chance to go in, I'll be literally going in for like 5 minutes, maybe grabbing a quick drink or something and heading out. So yeah, unlikely I think that we'll get in there today, but you know, we'll keep our fingers crossed. Hopefully the bags come off soon. I don't think any bags for LA have started coming off yet, so yeah, hopefully they come off soon and I do get a chance just to go in there, grab a quick refreshment before I have to go through to Terminal 1 for Ryanair, go recheck in and, you know, go through it all again, security, blah blah blah. Obviously no point buying a drink or anything because I'm going to have to go through security soon where I have to chuck it away. Okay, we have a bag and we have about 15 minutes to spare, so I'm going to go and try and find this lounge now just to pop in there. Unlike in America, the business class bags did actually come off first as well, which is always nice. And here it is, the Revival Lounge at Dublin Airport, which looks shut. And despite it saying it's open till 3:30, I'm here, it's 3:15 and it's shut. So yeah, that was a waste of time. So it's time now just to drop off the bag for the Ryanair flight. Nice and easy, and look at that. A lovely lightweight bag this time. Okay, so it was just that machine that was registering an error. We've got the the bag tag all printed out now, ready for the flight to Manchester in a couple of hours. So that was a bit like organised chaos, but it actually did work out quite well in the end, because you can basically print out your own bag tag, you load it onto the conveyor belt yourself, scan it on, off the bag goes. So there was a little bit, like I say, a little bit organised chaos, people sort of taking up too much space and getting in the way and just sort of hoarding around places where people could be queuing. So if that was managed a little bit better, I'd say you've almost got a perfect system there. Here we are, gate 102, time to board this flight to Manchester from Dublin.